Alright guys, so I wanted to do an update on my brother who's been grinding Street Fighter V on his own stream. And he's recently made it to gold and somehow he's able to maintain that rank.
Comfortably in gold, guys.
Yeah, comfortably in gold, I guess is the best way to say it. So I thought this would be a good time since we're on the topic of fighting games being hard and learning fighting games. I want to give you guys like basically the perspective of my brother, how it felt for him learning Street Fighter V because he started the game so late, and how he basically got to gold. Now, I want to do a disclaimer that I didn't just like coach my brother every day super hardcore and tell him what to do. Kind of let my brother Willie just like learn the way he wants to learn and use the characters he wants to use. Of course, the chat helped him with some things, and of course I gave him some pointers on things he had troubles with and taught him some things. But it wasn't like a strict coach to gold kind of thing. It was a little bit more casual than that. So I just want to do a disclaimer on that. So yeah, Willie, tell us about your journey. Like, tell us just starting the game and from playing, you know, fighting games in the arcade, and what is it like now and all that.
Probably about 3 months ago, I wanted to do another go, but I wanted to take it serious this time. I wanted to play Ryu because he's the most basic character. I didn't want to play anything crazy. I wanted basic.
Terrible decision, by the way. Terrible.
So we started playing with Ryu, and we got out of rookie no problem. And for the most part, what got us into silver was just this.
The double medium?
That's it. That's it. Just those 2 buttons is what got us into silver.
Yeah.
And because from there we could do anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Your baby's first combo.
But once we got to silver, like, it changed.
Yeah.
It changed because the thing I had the biggest trouble with was throws.
Yeah.
Okay, I could not stand it. Like, I would get the throwing in this game, man, if you count how many throws there are in a single match, we're talking 20 plus throws. Okay,
yeah.
Throws are they're
You think
there's
cheap?
A lot of them. And I did think they were cheap.
Yeah.
And I remember I was having a conversation with Mir. He came into the chat when I was streaming. And he's like, you gotta learn to delay tech. And I was like, what do you mean delay tech? And I was talking about how Street Fighter 2 had a better throw system because you can only take half the damage when you get thrown.
Yeah, you can soften throws. Yeah.
And he's like, no, this game is better because you can take no damage. Right?
Yeah.
And he kept making this point, but I didn't really understand it until I learned truly how to delay tech.
Yeah.
And once I did, we got to Ultra Silver no problem.
Yeah.
And then from Ultra Silver to Gold, that's when I started having to learn matchups. I really had to learn plus and minus. Like, I had
your turn, my turn.
Your turn, my turn. I had to learn that shit.
Yeah, your turn, my turn. You know, the thing is like, delay tech, it's a secret, but it's like one of the most important things for a beginner to understand.
That's a thing
that
like,
can give them a big boost.
I don't agree how this game doesn't teach you it. I don't like that. Okay, you have to learn it from someone else. I don't like how you have to learn from outside of the game.
It's a past secret from generation to generation.
So like, it's super punishing. You know what I mean?
It's funny because it's such an essential thing to learn at the beginner level, but once you rank up and you get to the higher level, you learn to not use it, and you have that experience to not have to rely on it because it's so easily countered on someone who knows what they're doing, whether it's delaying their buttons or shimmying or whatever, right? But for the beginner level, it's super important because that way my brother can focus on defending himself, naturally teching throws without, you know, the frustration of like, you don't know when it's gonna come. That's like one very common question on my stream is like, how do you get better at teching throws? Because it's so powerful. It's so powerful in this game.
You have to. If you don't do it, you're going to get slaughtered. Right? It's just as simple as that. And then to get to gold, I got from Ultra Silver to gold, I probably bounced back like 20, 30 times. And what helped me get comfortably into gold was I had to start labbing. I had to start, like, after I played a matchup and something was beating me, I had to figure out how to beat it, how to punish it.
Yeah.
Or just to accept it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, no matter what, I can't do anything after this. I have to just block it. You know what I mean? I can't press buttons after this move. I had to learn that. And then from there, now I'm in gold and I'm maintaining gold. And I think there's so much more to learn for me. I honestly think we can hit plat.
The thing is like, a lot of people, when they get frustrated by something they're dealing with online, there's a lot of frustrating things you gotta deal with. There's never that one thing, right? You move on to the next match, there's something else to complain or something else to complain about, right? Whether it's a grappler, dealing with Zangief, or zoners, blah, 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 right? But eventually, you have to be like, man, you know, complaining is not gonna do anything for you. It's not going to help you get better. Just trying to brute force the game, eventually you're going to hit this wall. And the only way to overcome that wall is to do the unfun things, which is labbing. Some people love labbing.
I still complain.
Yeah.
But I lab.
But sometimes it's the opposite, right? Some people, they love labbing, but they hate playing matches, right? And they don't have enough experience playing the matches. But you need a balance of both. And I think that's what, yeah, you just want it. You just gonna have to want it, right?
Yeah. Another thing too, one thing that I thought was tough for me once I was starting to get better, playing better players, was taking advice that was too complicated. You know what I mean? Like not focusing on just the basics, like learning option selects, learning
the Twitch chat,
learning stuff like that. People are trying to teach me this stuff, and I was like, it almost made my gameplay worse.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when it during this, you saw that tournament, right, with all the big streamers like Shroud and all that.
I watched.
So if you went to any of their stream chats, the information they were giving, these most ridiculous like gimmick, like OKey 50-50 setups or advanced buffering option select stuff, and it's really funny because like a lot of people love that stuff because it's advanced and it sounds like it's really powerful, but all that stuff doesn't matter if you don't know how to block, if you don't know how to anti-air, if you don't know how to switch it up on your offense. People focus too much on the high level stuff and not the foundation. And if you have to imagine your play style or you learning as a game as a building, if the foundation is weak and you keep adding more floors to that building, the building is eventually going to crumple over and fall apart. And it's something my brother understood too, because there's a lot of people in the chat of different skill levels, and people are going to give advanced stuff and people are going to give basic stuff, and it's sometimes, like I said, you have to just focus on like, hey, like your medium punch, Willie, that was your basic game plan, and you built to gold with that basic game plan. They're like, okay, what happens if they block that standing medium punch? Then you can go forward and you can throw. Yeah. Or what if they tech the throw now? Well, you can move forward and you can move back and shimmy, right? Or you can go low. You build something, you find something good and you build around it. That way you have like a sure plan rather than, you know, a bunch of information.
What I don't like is like crazy how some characters are just plus on everything. Like you're literally in a what do they call it? Frame trap, block trap. You're blocking for days. Like you're playing against Bison.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get a turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to force your turn. You have to take incredible risk.
Yeah.
Just to, you know what I mean? Everything you do. I don't like.
That's why Bison has one of the highest win rates online.
I don't like how grapplers have moves where, unlike where it's a command throw, but they can cross the screen. Mm-hmm. They can literally go from one side of the screen to the next command throw.
I was talking about like Laura EX command like grab and stuff.
Yeah. That or Alex
or Birdie Dolphin. Yeah.
Like, I know how to deal with them now, but I still don't like it.
Pretty much.
I don't like how you can combo into a command grab, like kick fight. Like, that's crazy. I don't like in this game how learning is so damn difficult. If you don't have people there to literally teach you, to guide you. Here, it feels like when you play Street Fighter, you have no path. You have no path to walk.
Yeah.
And like, you might never even ever find the path. You know what I mean? Yep. You have to have somebody there to teach you this game.
Yep.
And if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. Like my chat, everyone comes in the chat, they all have their tips. I do my best to absorb everything, but it's still tough. You know what I mean? Now I'm at a spot where I understand what they're telling me. I understand plus and minus. I understand your turn. You know what I mean? I understand these things, so it's easier for me now. But learning was a tough journey. It was a really tough 2 months of like just learning.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want to take that journey. They're like, well, what's the point of this when I could just play something else, right? It's just too much. It's too frustrating. It's ridiculous, you know. You've had a lot of frustrating moments on your stream. You know?
Yeah, there's lots of times where it's been an up and down. Like there's times where I played an entire stream and I would lose almost every single game.
Yeah.
You know, even though like I was doing everything I learned, just guessing wrong, just having bad games, like, and then just having to tough it out. Like a casual in that position would quit the game, maybe not even play it for another couple weeks.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like I had to play the entire session, and then the next day go back at it. You know what I mean? And that's what it takes. Honestly, there's times where I wanted to uninstall the game. I wanted to just stop. I had character crises, where I was like, I was blaming my character, not not my performance.
Mm-hmm.
So I would change to different characters, and then I would realize, no, I don't like this. I want to go back to my other character. You know what I mean? That happened 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of bumps in the road.
Yeah.
But now I want to play Ryu. I'm all in with Ryu. I know there's better characters out there with him, but there's still so much to learn, and learning a new character right now, I don't think is the right choice. I think I have to stick it out with the character I'm at and learn the matchups.
Yeah.
Learn other characters through playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Any tips for people who are trying to get to gold, Willie, besides learning delay tech?
Learn delay tech. And you gotta just do the basics, man. Anti-air. Have a good bread and butter.
Yeah.
Hit your crush counter combos. That's it.
The essentials.
Learn. If you're having a tough matchup, lab it.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's doing a move on you, learn how to punish it, or at least accept that you can punish it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta learn those things,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think you'll find success. You'll find that like you're making it further in. More doors will open. The path gets longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean your stick.
Yeah, clean your stick. We just did that today. Yeah, if you guys are looking for someone lower rank and seeing the climb, you know, check out my brother's stream. I'll make sure I have the link somewhere on the screen here for this video. And, you know, share us your guys' journey as well, how you guys overcame and got to silver and got to gold. You know, share your stories as well, and maybe someone will read your comment, it'll help them too. You never know.